and welcome back to my allotment diaries. My name's Emma, these are the allotment diaries. My allotment plot's here in South London, so if you've just got an allotment plot or you want to know about allotment gardening or you just want to follow my gardening journey, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any of my videos. And thank you for 38,000 followers. When I first started this channel, just a minute Einstein, I will be with you. So impatient. When I first started this channel, I think 5.5 years ago, I did not think it would take off the way it did, and to have 38,000 YouTube subscribers is insane. To have 102,000 people on Instagram is mental, and I've just hit 60,000 followers on TikTok, which again is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, that's so many people, I can't even get my mind around it. So I'm so glad that you're all here enjoying gardening, wanting to see life on an allotment plot and see me doing it. I just wish I was better at it for you. I just wish I knew what I was doing. I am trying and I am learning. That's Einstein. Einstein is my little Robin, if you don't know, and he's waiting very patiently for his food. Are you being patient? I'm not sure you are. Yeah, I am learning every year and I am like reading up about it. I love it. I love gardening. But I also am that person who I just like to make my own mistakes. I like to discover stuff myself without being told how to do it. That's how I've always been. So a lot of the mistakes I make here, some people get frustrated with me. I understand that. I do accept that. But I like to figure things out, and I find it, I think it's more valuable sometimes when you learn lessons from your own mistakes. And you figure out how to do stuff yourself. But obviously there's a lot of information out there that you should utilise. So I give myself good advice, I very seldom follow it. But there we go. Right, this bird is not going to wait. He's not going to wait, are ya? All right, let's feed Einstein quickly and then I'll tell you what we're doing today. All right. Right, just give me a minute and I'll get the food. Ready? Here it comes. That's very rude. Right, yes. Landed straight on my camera and knocked it off. This isn't very light here. Let me see if I can get a better shot. Right, so now the bird's been fed and he's almost broken my camera. Brilliant start, thank you Einstein. Oh gosh, there's magpies coming now, blimey. We're losing the light fast because it's actually 1:30 in the afternoon, which in the UK basically means almost night time. This time of year the sun sets so fast and it gets so low in the sky. The reason I came in the afternoon is because we had a very hard frost last night. First hard frost of 2025, I believe, and I wanted to see the damage, but also more importantly, I wanted to see if the frost was going to melt anywhere, because my plot is quite shady, it's also quite sunny on one side. So interestingly, half the plot has not got frost on it anymore and the other half has still got quite a lot of frost. What does that mean? Well, basically it's going to dictate where I put some of my crops in this year. So luckily my broad beans were in the sun and the frost has melted on them, though they are looking a bit sad. Front of the plot's got the most frost. This area here at the front you can see has still got frost all over the ground. So this is the shady part of the plot. Strawberry bed is still looking quite frosty. All over here looking very, very frosty. But then you see, look, you can see how low down the sun is by how long my shadow is. This end of the plot obviously gets quite a lot of sun, which is where the broad beans are, and the garlic as well, and the new salad crops in there. But look at the broad beans. So obviously they were hit with quite a hard frost last night, and though they have bounced back, they are green, they are quite floppy and flimsy and just quite vulnerable to it, I think. Yeah, quite vulnerable to frost. Now I think just because a plant says it's frost tolerant and it can handle frost, I don't think that necessarily means it loves frost. Oh, I'm so sorry, the sun, I hope you can see me okay. I can't see you. Just because it says it can handle the frost, I don't think it necessarily means that it loves the frost and that it should be covered in frost all the time. It's a bit like, I quite like sprouts, but I wouldn't want a sprout birthday cake. Do you know what I mean? Just because I do like it doesn't mean I want to have a whole birthday cake of it. So I think it's kind of like that with broad beans. I think I need to protect them a little bit because they've just done so blooming well. I don't want them to die now. It would just be such a shame. You see what I mean, how they're just all looking a little bit sad, and I appreciate the sun has only really just started to hit this side of my plot, but still, I mean, that means they've been covered in frost for quite a long time of the day. I'm not happy with it, so I'm gonna put some fleece over it, I think. Why is it so fiddly? Why is it always so fiddly? So the trick of using fleece to protect your crops from frost is to keep the fleece off of the crops, because if the fleece is touching the plant, it's obviously going to get frost on it, and that's against the point of what you're trying to do. So what I'm doing is I'm putting in these wires from that other thing that didn't work. It's just a bit of wire in between them, like that, and it'll stop the fleece from touching the crops underneath, I think. I hope. I thought it was a good idea. The thing is, some of these broad beans are really tall now, so I don't know, might just make taller. Alright, we'll see how that goes, I think. I think it's probably better than nothing, but sometimes nothing is better than something. Sometimes something is better than nothing, and sometimes nothing is better than something. And sometimes it's quite hard to know which of those way round it is. Anyway, I've done it now. Right, oh god, falling over my own shoes. The main job that I wanted to do today was to get in some more tulip bulbs. I've got two gloves that are left-handed, two left-handed gloves here. That's not useful at all. I need to go get another one. Right, I wanted to plant in some more tulip bulbs. Now, in this bed behind me here, I planted in about 150 tulip bulbs, but I did it very early. A thing about tulips is that they need to go in a bit later. They need to go in when the weather is cold, like now. And because of our weird, crazy, confusing, don't understand what the weather's doing anymore weather, it doesn't seem to get cold until at least January. So I've sort of put all my tulips in November, thinking, oh, that's, you know, that's bulb planting time. And actually, it was probably too warm for the tulips to go in. And really they'd be better off going in now. So if you've not planted any tulips, I'd recommend you do it now, January, February time. The reason you do them later, I believe, is firstly they do better. They need cold, they need frost in order to germinate properly and give you a good tulip. Secondly, I think it prevents disease and infection with the tulips. So tulip fire, for example, a really prominent disease in tulips, that normally occurs if you plant a tulip in too early, because the wet, mild weather is what causes the disease and spreads it and everything. So the later you get them in, the better. I also got scared the squirrel had dug all these up, but I don't think he has, because I can see some poking through, which is excellent news. So I'm going to put in some more tulips. These are just Triumph tulips. Triumph tulips are like the most common bog standard. If you think of a tulip in your mind, standard tulip, all standing upright like a soldier, it's a Triumph tulip. It's like the bog standard tulip of tulips. So I've got 50 here, and I thought I'd just whack in 50 more, because why not? Why not? I mean, I just, you know, I love planting bulbs. Not. I have to admit, I don't enjoy this job, but I think it'd be worth it in the springtime. I think I'd be happy I did it. So I'm going to try and avoid the tulips I've already put in and plant these. Yeah, look, I can see some of them are coming up. So just here, there's a little tip of a tulip coming up there. So as long as I can sort of see the tips of the tulips, I think I might not dig any up. But if I do, I'll just bury them again. Hopefully they won't notice. Right, tulip bulbs, really simple to plant. So Here's tulip bulb. That's the tip, that's where it grows. Flat bit's the bottom where the roots come out. Needs to go at least 3 times its depth, so 1, 2, 3. To be fair, I don't always do it 3 times the depth. I think just quite deep is really what you need to think. You need to go quite deep into the ground. I mean, a lot of people panic about things like numbers, like depth and stuff. I think, you know, just quite deep. And also, if you haven't done it quite deep enough, get a big bag of compost or some mulch and just layer up the soil and do it that way. Do it the opposite way. Right, I'm doing all right at the moment. I haven't dug many of the old ones up, which is really good. Really good. I might put a couple in there. Stuff it, let's do it. You can grow together. I'm not too panicked about which way round it goes in. I know the way it's supposed to go in, but if it accidentally does do a bit of a twisteroo on its way in, you know, it will find the surface. It knows what it's doing. It knows where the sun is. It was born to grow, so it'll figure it out. So I'm not getting too panicky about that. As well, a squirrel is going to have a field day with these. A squirrel is going to think all his Christmases have come at once. He loves digging up my tulips. Guys, this in this bed here are onions. These are onions that I planted, and actually I planted these. Why are you so low down? I planted these for Gardener's World. Gardener's World magazine came to my allotment plot and they wanted me to show how I sow onions and how I plant onion sets. So I used this bed because it was empty, but I actually don't want onions in this bed. So what I'm going to do is move them to my onion bed, which is doing well. But I want all my onions in one place. So I'm just going to dig them up and move them, which I think you can just do with plants. I mean, I always forget that vegetable plants are just plants and plants can be moved, as long as you're careful. I mean, they've all done really well. They've really germinated. I just don't want them in this bleeding bed. So I'm going to dig around them carefully. Bring them up. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful plant. I mean, it's kind of like, you know, I've used this bed essentially without meaning to as a seed bed, where I planted things in like it's a tray of seeds is what I mean. I'm just going to pull them up and move them to the other bed. There's no point wasting them. Now they've germinated, I might as well grow them. Oh yeah, great, brilliant roots on it, lovely. Right, up you come, up you come, up you come, yeah, up you come. Have you even grown? No, if you ain't grown, you're out of it. Sorry, mate. Your chance is over. Just be careful when you do this that you don't break the roots. The roots are the most important bit of the plant. If you break the leaves off, it's fine. If you break the roots off, it's dead. Oh yeah, beautiful. This is where I want them to be. This is where I planted all my onions. The middle ones are starting to germinate now. Is that? I think that's dead. That can go, and we'll replace him. So all we'll do is we'll just literally, oh my gosh, the ground is solid here. Oh, this is really frozen. That's all right, it'll be all right. You'll be all right, don't worry. In you go. Oh, I can't even break the bleeding soil up. Oh gosh. Oh, this is really... The ground is so frozen. You know, I really just feel like these are going to be all right. I I have a good feeling about you guys. Right guys, you've got some new mates coming in. Everybody please make them feel welcome. Sit, in you go. Lovely. They are also, I should add, the exact same variety as the ones in here, so they should all get along and be friendly with each other, but you know, we'll see, you never know. So that's freed up half of that bed because we've got the leeks in that half, and then if you look here we've got the perpetual spinach, leeks next to it, and then I've just added to the onions, so that's looking quite good. Right, I'm absolutely freezing cold. We're obviously losing the light now, and I can't feel my toes anymore, so I think it's time to go home. It's been good here today. It's very quiet today. I think everyone probably came in the morning time, and because we're losing the light I'm getting a little bit scared of being alone in the allotment at like when it's dark, which never normally happens to me because I'm normally here in the morning. So I'm going to call it there. I'm going to call it a day and go home, have a nice hot cup of tea. I hope you've enjoyed my vlog. If you are enjoying them, please subscribe, share them with a friend, share them with someone who's maybe got the first allotment plot, or share it on any Facebook groups that you know of. Let's get the word out about allotment gardens because we need to keep them going, guys. I get quite a lot of comments of people saying that their allotments are thinking of being closed, the council want to put flats on it and stuff. So the more people out there we educate and we show our allotment plots to, and we encourage to get plots, you know, the less chance we have of all these spaces being lost, which is just so devastating, and it just breaks my heart, to be honest. So I'm with you. Let's keep the allotment life going, and let's just get the word out there about allotment life and how great it can be. I'll see you again in my next vlog. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.